Remote Australia is home to a diverse range of native animals and fauna, thriving in the most challenging environment on the planet. One introduced species is the camel. The history of the Australian camel goes back to 1860s, with the importation of 2,000 camels to explore and develop remote areas. In the 1920s, motorized innovations replaced camels as a mode of transportation, and 5,000 were released in the wild and thrived. In the 1980s, an aerial survey estimated their number was 43,000. Today, more than 1 million camels roam freely, with a population doubling every 8 years. Feral camels are distributed over 3.3 million square kilometres, occupying almost 50% of Australia's remote areas. The Northern Territory has more than 2 camels per square kilometre, causing $11.5 million of damage each year on Aboriginal cultural and sacred sites. In 2010, the Australian government, in partnership with Ninety One, funded $19 million to reduce the camel densities to less than 0.1 camel per square kilometre. High camel densities are threatening vegetation and water resources and were declared pests. They browse on species such as mulga and suppress its growth. The tree mass and canopy reduce, limiting the shade to native wildlife. During dry times, camels are moving into residential areas and pastoral lands, damaging Aboriginal cultural sites as they search for water. Feral camels are polluting water resources or drinking them dry. Stray camels die in the water holes, contaminating the water. They are destroying bush tucker, which is used as bush food and medicinal purposes. Native animals and livestock compete with camels for food, water, and shelter. The goal is to reduce the population in high-density areas. Culling operations prove to reduce population. If left unmanaged, the Northern Territory will see a population growth of 5 camels per square kilometre by 2045. Another model based on female breeding, culling, and a yearly harvest of 16,000 camels can see a population of 550,000 by 2025. Aboriginals raise environmental concerns that culling feral camels are left to rot and potentially increase the dingo population as they feast on its meat. As their population grows, the country will get sicker and more environmental damage. The desert quandam will become extinct, and as water resources become scarce, dingoes and red kangaroos will vanish. Camels will move into new territories in search of water. Most will die, leaving sites of bodies and bones, odor and diseases. Food becomes limited, and the environment takes years to restore. The removal assistance package targeted females to reduce population and saw 15,000 camels transported to abattoirs. The project ran over 4 years, creating 11 full-time jobs and $15 million in meat sales and transport industry. Building fences around salt lakes will limit the camels' movements, isolating their population for a successful culling. In 2013, a week after the culling of 1,700 camels in the Northern Territory, another 200 camels moved into properties. Landholders ground-culled the animals, proving the importance of continuous control management by air and ground culling.